Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I'm Dua, a clinical psychologist, and if you're watching this, you have probably been there sitting at your desk and your mind is racing, emails piling up, the nagging feeling of what did I forget? Am I doing enough? And what if I mess this up? So people used to think that every little thing at work that they have reread an email 10 times, you play conversations in their head, forecast worst case scenarios before they even happen, and this stalls their calm. It drained their focus. It made them doubt that I was good enough. So they always question their potential and their productivity. Okay, today I want to share with you the real techniques that help people shift out of that loop and techniques you can apply at your desk in a meeting when you are walking to the bus so you can stop overthinking and get back to doing your uh, best work without the mental spiral. So if you have ever felt like your brain won't stop, drop a comment yes below and make sure you hit the subscribe so you don't miss tools like this. So let's get started. First, let's talk about why this keeps happening. It's not just you. The pressure, the expectations, the uncertainty at work, all these trigger overthinking. Like, for example, you get an email from your boss with minimal feedback. Now you are imagining what did they really mean? Do they think I mess up? Should I send a reply? Will this affect the project outcome? And the research shows that overthinking at work often comes from ruminating, thinking about the past, or worrying, thinking about the future. It can also come from perfectionism, the voice that says everything must be flawless. The voice is exhausting. So if this sounds familiar, you're not alone, you can change it. Here's a moment like that people cannot forget. And like for instance, a kind of mine shared a story that I want to share with you. She said, I'll never forget I was working late in a project and the deadline was tight. I kept rewriting the slide deck and worried I'd mess up the facts, worried what the client would think. My mind shifted from what how can I make this great to what if this is terrible. What if they notice I missed something? My breathing got shallow, my focus vanished, I ended up staying late but didn't get better results, just more exhaustion. That's the cost of overthinking. I promised myself I wouldn't find a better way because I knew this couldn't be the norm, and that journey brought me these, to apply to those techniques that I'm sharing now. Okay, so this thing number one is time box the worry. Okay. Overthinking often happens because our brain wanders into endless what ifs. One strong technique: give yourself a time box worry period. Choose a short block of time, example 10 to 20, 15 minutes. Um, Later in a day where you allow yourself to process work worries for the rest of your work session. If your worry pops in your mental park, it says, I'll handle that in my worry period. At the designated time, write down the worries, break them into what you can control versus what you can't. For the ones you can't, make a decision. I'll let go for now. For the ones you can, you create a mini action plan. After the worry period ends, close it and return to present task. Doing this gives your brain permission to worry, but on your terms, it prevents the endless loop. Why it works is recognizing and structuring worry reduce the unconscious rumination. So I give you a quick demonstration that is right now. Pick a sticky thought. Example, did I phrase the email right? Did I write it down? Decide if you can act on it now or later. If actionable, set a tiny step, set a quick follow-up. If not, tell yourself, I'll revisit at 3 p.m. in my worry slot. Then take a deep breath and return to your task. Okay? Technique number 2 is ground yourself in control what you can. Okay, when you are stuck in overthinking, your brain often jumps ahead to worst case or replays past missteps. A great way to cut that loop: ground yourself in the moment and focus on what you can control. So I'm sharing steps with you. Use a brief grounding exercise. Look around your environment and name 3 things that you can see, 2 things that you can hear, and 1 thing that you can feel. Touch your desk or chair. This shifts your brain into the present. Then ask, what part of this I can influence right now? Make a decision and act on that small piece. Also, when a decision is looming, set a time limit for thinking. For example, I'll make the decision in 30 minutes and then act. It stops the mind loop. So why it works? It reduces the mental clutter and gives you agency. So like for the demo, I would say if you are about to send a report and your mind is drafting, what if they hate it, and what if I missed a typo, pause, ground yourself. Then ask, what can I check right now? Run a spell check, maybe ask a colleague for 2 minutes review, then commit and send. You have moved from overthinking to action. Okay? So technique number 3 is build a micro reset routine. Okay? Finally, when you are midday and the overthinking starts creeping in, that's when a micro reset helps. Okay? Short, intentional breaks to clear your mind, reset your nervous system, and come back focused. The steps are every 90 minutes or when you feel the soul starting, get up, stretch, and walk for 1 to 2 minutes. Step outside or look out the window. Use a calming breathing technique. For example, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 4, hold for 4. This box breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, okay? And after that, write down the next 3 tasks you'll focus on that are small and manageable. Then return. Like why it works, the physical pause interrupts overthinking, breathing resets your nervous system, and listing 3 tasks refocuses you. If you find at 3 p.m. you're thinking about every meeting you'll have tomorrow, an email you haven't sent, or your boss is thinking, stand and take a 30-second box breathe. Finish section A, send a draft that is B, and calendar for C, and then go back and done. Okay? So pulling it all together and transition into application. Now you have got these techniques: time box, worry, grounding, and control. What you can, and micro reset routine. Okay, but how do you weave them into your day so they become habit, not just idea? Here's your mini plan. Number 1 is at the start of your workday, spend 2 minutes, review your calendar. Identify 1 thing that you are worried about. Decide, will I act on it now or park it for worry thought later? Number 2 is as you work, whenever you feel your thoughts are spinning, stop and pause. Choose one, ground yourself, or do a micro reset. Number 3 is at the end of your workday, spend 1 to 2 minutes, reflect, write 1 win of the day. I send the draft with confidence. 1 thing that you learned: I noticed I overcheck an email 4 times, and schedule your next worry slot. By doing this daily, you're building a habit of redirecting your brain instead of letting it hijack your focus. Okay? Over time, you will notice there's less time in the loops, more time enjoying, and more importantly, less mental fatigue. short pause are always important. To take pauses in the work, okay? Do the deep breathing, that would help you a lot, okay? Pause and then do deep breathing and think about now you're relaxed, and don't, rather than do overthinking or to excessively worry about your work, then plan it, okay? So because I know how awful that internally feels, the exhausting, so you reserve better, okay? So like I just want to share some quick stories with you. Let's talk about Sarah. She's a marketing manager in London. Found herself always obsessing over email wording. She used a time box where technique only allowed her to think email from 9 to 9:15 each morning. For the rest of the day, if thoughts come, she parked them. Okay, but in 2 weeks, she said, I felt calmer. I said more and worry less. Okay, let's talk about James. He's a designer in New York and noticed his mind spiraling after every meeting. He started doing micro resets, and after the meeting he stood up and box breathed for 30 seconds and walked to the window and then listened 3 times. He said, it cut out that what did that mean and replay in mind. So these stories show you don't need hours of meditation or expensive coaching. These practical shifts, and I believe you can do it too. Now I want to address some common objections and facts. You might be thinking, yes, but I don't have time. Yes, but my workload is too chaotic. Yes, by my past perfection. Let's address those. Like if you don't have time, each technique take minutes integrated into work. Like a 1 minute micro reset is all you need. Okay, my workload is too unpredictable. That's exactly why this matters. Grounding and time boxing help you when things shift unexpectedly. And you think and you would say I need to be perfect. That's challenging. That notion. Perfectionism often fuels overthinking. Instead, aim for progress. Stop striving for perfection. Focus on what you can change. If your mind tries to argue, but my situation is different, the truth is everyone overthinks sometimes. What you are doing is training your mind to work with you, not against you. So, okay? If you find this helpful, here is I would love to do is hit a like. Okay, it helps more people to find that video. Hit a subscribe for weekly connect on managing work, anxiety, and performance. Share this video with a colleague or friend who gets stuck in overthinking loop because they deserve this too. So in the comments, type worry slot is equals to how much minutes you spend on it, and then tell me one technique that you will try today. I'll read your comments and respond. We are in this together. So if you want more, I'm creating more videos regarding this so you guys can get it. So overthinking at work isn't a character flaw, it's a habit your brain learned under pressure, and habits can be changed. So you've got the tools now. Use them. Be kind to yourself. Your focus, your well-being, your productivity, they all matter. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay calm, stay focused. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.